Hello YouTube, this is the Great Jorge here, just so you guys know. Today is Force Friday, or Rogue Friday, whatever it is called, I'm not positive, but that doesn't matter. In advance of today, which is in preparation for the release of Rogue One, a Star Wars story, I figured now is a good time to explain my role in this ever-satisfying universe, which is creating my own Star Wars stories. Now let's be clear that, at least in my mind, there are two types of Star Wars canon for me. There is G canon, which includes all 7 films as of now, focusing on the Skywalkers. There's also the Clone Wars series, the CGI one that is. And then there is me, who is creating JC canon. Now, let it be known that JC stands for my full name, Jorge Castillo. I shall attempt to find the time to create my own Star Wars stories to tie in both the films, the Clone Wars, and beyond in a clever way. Some of the stories shall coincide with each other, while others shall be based on existing famous Star Wars novels, as though they were being made into movies. In case you think remaking these books are bogus, try the Harry Potter series. Those make good movies. To start things off, it is important to make clear that due to Disney's acquisition of the Star Wars franchise, many fans have not been happy about the changes made, including the cancellation of the Clone Wars and the eradication of the expanded universe. But as with all things, there is always a silver lining. The changes made by Disney were the very reason I started writing about Star Wars. I had this deep desire to ensure that people still held on to their faith in the franchise, and that they can still unleash their imagination like what has been done in the past. So the main stories I had been focusing on to begin with were the continuation of tying up loose ends from the Clone Wars. Characters like Asajj Ventress, certain bounty hunters and clones, and others need to be sent off in a way that is smart and satisfies the audience. In addition, I shall expand upon character relationships that were extremely complex and raised questions that need answering. One in particular was the bizarre flirting between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Asajj Ventress every time they are in a lightsaber duel. Why do they flirt with each other, you ask? So I came up with the idea that maybe Obi-Wan and Ventress had a past together. Ooh. Given that Ventress was a Jedi Padawan until, Master Kynaric died, if you've seen the Clone Wars, and was possibly the same age as Obi-Wan, could it be possible that Ventress is the canon version of Obi-Wan's love interest Siri Tachi? That sounds plausible, right? I will also create new characters, different versions of existing expanded universe characters, and new elements for the lore of Star Wars. Brand new characters include Kairi Koda, who is Anakin Skywalker's Padawan, replacing Ahsoka Tano, which is a person I'll get to later, and a group of Grey Jedi warriors known as the Knights of the Shaded Oath. The Knights of the Shaded Oath, that's what I meant to say. Not bad, huh? Some changes I have made to EU characters so far include Xanatos, who was the Padawan of Qui-Gon Jinn before Obi-Wan. Now basically, I changed his overall appearance to make him look more faithful to his heritage, coming from a rich family and all that. And funny thing, because I wrote a script here and I was going to show a Lego figure. Hold on, let me get him. Trust me, he's a pretty cool guy. The figure that I made. Just, making creativity and all that, being the fantastic artist that I am. Alright, I got him. Okay. Now that that's over with, here is this guy, Xanatos. Now, before you go hating in the comments about changing an important character's appearance, not that many people know how Xanatos actually looks like in the books, so, I changed his overall appearance because, you know what? Here's my own character design of Xanatos. I thought I made him look cooler, have that Julius Caesar vibe to him. But I decided that he could be like the big jerk of the franchise, just like, Dolores Umbridge is in Harry Potter. Now that's over with. I also made just a slight change to the Supreme Overlord from the Yuzan Vong, who are these who are these creatures who are like the orcs from the Lord of the Rings, basically that. I made only a slight change to him, so it shouldn't be so glaring. I replaced one of his arms with a lightsaber-proof blade sticking out, making him like Azog the Defiler from The Hobbit, basically that. I thought that'd be kind of cool. Well, you can leave me in the comments if it's cool, I'm even pleased to inform you that 2 of your favorite classic EU characters are back, and without a single change in them. There's not a single scratch on them. There's Mara Jade, who is Luke Skywalker's wife, and the leader of the Blue Man Group himself, Grand Admiral Thrawn. Since these guys are arguably the most important characters outside of the movies, I obviously decided that Mara Jade is still a redhead, it's okay, and Thrawn is still a member of the Blue Man Group. That's basic. What is also important is to give the villains more time to shine. To start off, I'm creating my own version of the story of General Grievous. That was the best impersonation I can do. Sorry, but don't worry about it. Given that the Clone Wars watered him down a little too much, I am to justify his character, which is what Disney Canon has failed to do so far, by creating a trilogy for the character from his time as a normal native on the world of Kali to when he is chosen by Sidious to kidnap the Chancellor on Coruscant. Plus, Darth Vader has never wrecked face on screen as much as he did in the comics or novels, so I will chronicle Darth Vader right after he becomes a cyborg and his Jedi hunting days. Other notable villains that deserve fleshing out are Tarkin, certain Imperials, Separatists, and members of the First Order. I'm even creating another new character to be the founder of the Knights of Ren, Moloch Ren, as in that guy, named after that guy from the Old Republic, a Jedi who knew Anakin Skywalker and wore an exclusive white tunic, making him known as the Winter Swordsman. But the most important thing I am doing for my own Star Wars canon is continuing the story of Ahsoka Tano, this time in the right way. Don't think that Star Wars Rebels Season 2 counted as Ahsoka getting proper closure. First of all, I didn't really like Rebels. Second of all, the Ahsoka arc was kind of rushed unnecessarily in that show. What I'm doing is a 9-part saga revolving around the Chosen One's apprentice from after she left the Jedi Order in TCW, which is the Clone Wars, to after her transformation into a Sith known as Darth Demonica. This explores deep into how Ahsoka was emotionally affected by the remainder of the Clone Wars, the rise of the Empire, and losing all her friends and loved ones. This makes for a good story of gender swap Vader done right. Finally, I just want to note that I am planning to make a video exposing Star Wars Rebels for the travesty it is, explaining what is wrong with the show. You know how it is. It's going to take some time to figure out, so please be patient, and I promise it'll be worth the wait. I also did this video to keep you guys entertained while waiting for the SAO remake explained, so here is something you guys can watch in the meantime. So thanks for taking the time. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more content. And maybe consider sharing this video with anyone you know who likes Star Wars. This is the Great Jorge signing out, and may the Force be with you. Always.